The flight path has been opened. The airplane is ready to fly. But are the players ready for the fight? Which gonna test their mental, their physical, everything will be down to game number 5 now.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, here we're gonna be jumping straight into game of Sandhawk. Ladies and gentlemen, here with 4x4, the first one for today. Half the teams prepared themselves in a small, congested map here because we are gonna get up and close and cozy and personal, where the teams are gonna duke it out for being the best of the best. As of now, 4 a.m. with 182 points gathered in total here. 4 a.m. Sook is the top leaderboard here. It's gonna be tying the kill leaderboard against with order here. Both players going to be getting 33 kills in the process here. Circle showing himself here, a pretty centralized circle here. Nothing out of the ordinary, so we won't be expecting a lot of insane runs thus far. And honestly, Chu, I'm done with this insane circles here because 4 games in a row, the circle has kind of shifted in a very, very unorthodox way, Chu.
Like the circle kind of generous for the first phase. I do kind of hope it is more cruel or evil towards the player when it comes to the first phase when it starts, because then it's going to be fun to watch, where a lot of actions, and we do know when a circle kind of centralizes just like just now, and if the next phase is also in the center again, we do know it will progress towards late game, like it or not, because all the teams can approach towards the center easily with 360 degrees around the circle. Anybody can enter from anywhere. But when it comes to a very hard circle, like for example, even the first phase, I'm waiting for the hard team circle. We used to see that quite often, but nothing in the grand final shows us that much. I'm kind of disappointed. But with Cam, we have Alpha 7. I'm surprised nobody tried to snatch this away from them. But Alpha 7, the thing about Alpha 7, when it comes to getting a CQC, they are quite resilient. They're quite strong. Some teams are very good when it comes to approaching the fight in a very long distance, but not all of them can execute CQC well.
Well, Chu, there's something I want to actually bring up as well here. Pay attention to the map, right? Look at every single player, every single team spread out very, very evenly here. No attack, no fights whatsoever, despite how small the map is here. Knowing that, hey, in Sandhawk, if you're playing a pub game, you're going to be expecting guns blazing from the get-go, but this just shows how much work every single player in the PMGC has pretty much done their homework and studied. And knowing that, hey, Sandhawk is pretty much very limited resources throughout the course of the map here, they pretty much understand that there's no point going for an early fight. Stock up, go in for a better fight, go in for a full-fledged commitment fight as a team with fully stocked weaponry is going to be the most ideal way to win this game. And knowing that every single part of corner and building in this map of Sandhawk is pretty much occupied by every single player, this just shows that how high skill cap the game is actually in terms of the global scales here, too. And knowing that every single team is got to figure out what is the most ideal way here, knowing that every single corner there's going to be some player, the team that does the most studies and understand that which is the safest path to rotate next phase of circle is gonna get the upper hand here. So I don't know. It's really hard to see who is the best team in this regards here. But before getting to it, Zaxi with his stats here too.
This is one of the highest total damage so far. Biggitron, Ray, Allen, Zaxi. He never knows when to not squeeze in the top fraggers there. It's just one of the highest we've seen. Probably this is the highest we've seen so far. 5.7k, 5,766 total damage. We've seen 1,005. It's pretty normal. It's pretty standard. 2,000, yeah, man, okay, but it's now almost closing into 6,000 here. Zaxi been playing a lot of clutches. Yesterday, he was like miracle boy all the way, but his twin has been quiet these days. Back to RRQ. We talked about RRQ before. Senior, I do have to say, I miss Senior quite a lot. I miss how they used to play very aggressive for RRQ when they have Senior in their lineup. When it comes to beer, the dynamics changes drastically. It's not the same as the RRQ champions back then.
Yeah, that's the thing about the difference in terms of playstyle between Beer 11 as well as Senior, right? Like Senior is more of a supportive role for the team here. He's pretty much in the, I would say, the backbone support of the team, but more like he plays an interesting role where not many people kind of play that well, in the sense where, hey, Senior, he plays a supporting role. He's willing to sacrifice for the sake of the team here. Whereas when Beer 11 fits in the picture, RQ plays a different play style, and the supportive role, I feel like it actually goes into hands in D2E more. Beer 11 and Ernie kind of swapped their role a little bit in the different sense here. So it might be a minor change here. People say like, hey, position is not that great here, but it actually changes the chemistry and playstyle completely in terms of dynamics just because of one change here. However, gunshots are coming in here. A1 with the opening pick here. Sinister actually taking out what Silas with that M4 spray that you.
Yep, and that spray was really close to getting one, but luckily they're a bit too far. Now A1, they try to approach team with aggressive play. The thing about A1, I noticed one thing about them. They never stick as four. It's not wrong to not stick as four, but they are too far split within each other that they cannot back up when they got ambushed. And the moment they caught one person down, one enemy down, they cannot finish the deal as well because they're too far from each other. That's one thing. They're not covering the angles right. I'm not a pro player, don't bash me, but in the meantime, like Jax, if only he moved a bit forward, then maybe he can get a glimpse of digital athletics to see in a different angle. But now this is where we talked about 4am might approach A1 at this state, but in the meantime, can the teammates of A1 can give the backup on time, because how spread they are, too thin, and at the same time it's just too far. And digital athletics, even though they kind of separated for Razy to scout things out, but the other three are staying as a team just in case they get ambushed.
Yep. And seeing how the game is going to be happening as well. Let's take a look at a replay on how it actually went down here. DA, they spread up their forces a little bit here. They were able to find a opening window crack and actually take down the members from A1 here. They took a little bit too long. They had the compound with a nice knock. Unfortunately, Deslin had the upper hand in the sense of decision making here. They understand that, hey, there's going to be a lot of teams coming in here. Let's make a quick decision. Let's push them. And they got themselves a really nice compound now. And 4am does see this coming up here. Sook going to be extremely aggressive now here. It's got one of the highest damage done thus far in the game. It's one of the highest for the team here. It's going to be trading with DA. And I'm not sure if DA knows this here, but as soon as they get up here, things are going to get a little bit feisty here. So getting a shot in the head here from Silas. Silas is going to be pressuring a little bit more towards 4am, but the moment he gets a knock from the side of DA here, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in for some serious trouble, because 4am are no pushovers thus far, too.
There was 2 bullets, 2 taps coming up from Silas. It was straight headshot. It pierces 4am eyes, left and right. He goes blind with that 2 shots, only that 2 taps. That was amazing plays by Silas. Just a quarter of HP of health left. That was really crazy. And 4am knows this is not the team they want to fight against. Straight away they disengage, but Solus pretty much will be helpless after this if you get shot down. And it's too far apart from the rest of the teammate. He needs to find a way to get out from here. Only have one construction to take over, but he jumps over, and that's the leap of faith. It saved his life, and the rest of the teammate will be reunited once more. And 4am, on the other hand, Hasaka is a bit devastated not getting that kill. I have to say he's a bit upset, but it's okay for them as long as they survive. 4am got themselves this compound for now, dominating this area, but they got themselves one house each. On the side of Na'Vi, they're doing the same thing, just like how 4am did. On the other hand, we have RRQ across that river, who might bomb into Luxie very soon. So we did mention about this before. I see that they studied each other gameplay a lot. They didn't bomb, they didn't clash way too soon. They not necessarily be taking up fights in early engagement. But that's what I want, something else to happen. We want new blood coming in. We want more crazy things to happen, more aggressive plays from these guys than just waiting for the next circle, just waiting for phase 2. It's like they're taking too much precaution, and they're being very too meticulous about their next move. Some teams thinking it too much.
I think they are playing very extremely passive in this regards here. I agree to the point that, hey, they should be a little bit aggressive here, but that's the thing, right? When mobility is out of the picture, especially when it comes to rotation here, vehicles is a big factor that changes the dynamic of the game. Sanhok becomes a map where teams don't exactly want to pick vehicles here. Now, from the perspective of footballers, they are the team that use the most vehicle here. They have a buggy. A buggy is still A-okay. It's still a tier B vehicle as compared to the rest of the vehicle here. Hopefully, you want to get like a Dacia or a UAZ, but unfortunately, say Sanhok, you don't exactly have the luxury in that regard. So buggy is pretty much their only safe bet unless you get like a really quick bike, which also isn't exactly the same level as the ones in Erangel as well. But yeah, there were a couple of factors I want to bring out as well here. Considering how slow the game's here, if they implement a barrel extender from Livik himself here, the dynamics of the game might actually change drastically, especially for teams for 4 a.m. as well as AS1 here, where they really love playing those long-range rifle sprays there, and reducing the amount of shots needed with the headshot to get a knockout is going to change completely here. However, enough speculations here. We are going to see engagement coming from Zeus and 4 a.m. Zayo going to be holding it on 4 here. At 4 a.m. They hear the gunshots, immediately turns and say, you know what? This is not the right path to rotate. Let's back off. We want to secure the truck here. The truck is our only means of survival for the next phase. And looks like 4 a.m. they will play it safe here, true.
Now it's down to ability to spot out the positions of their enemies. Can he spot them now? One player information can change the game drastically. That can turn the table, and the winning side will be on theirs. On the side of Secret Jin, it's going to be very vacant, but Nova SQF has something sneaky coming up from the top of that hills. While we have Abrupt Slayers always being abrupted by other teams. I hope they can make it out for this time. But 888, I'm looking for a Kopai. This is the guy you should look out for. PWA Ice and Dewey. Back then, during the qualifiers, during the South Asia finals, they performed so well, remarkably impeccable. Their performance was crazy good. But now their light has been dimmed. I don't know what happened. Kopai, they did manage to clutch a bit here and there when it comes to day 2. But he kind of... This is the thing about mindset and your how powerful your mind can get. Sometimes some players, when they're being cornered and they keep on failing after one another, they rise back up again and try to fight back. But some players, after they've been failing way too many times, they doubt themselves. They don't want to make the risky move again. It's like big risk, big reward move. We mentioned this many times, Icy. But sometimes they're making too many risky moves that they don't want to make the same thing again, even though it might look like a mistake at first. But if they didn't make that call, they might lose more than that. And that's what I'm hoping for Kopai, just not being too cautious about what he's going to make after this. It's like, we've seen him going for flanks, but this time he just sticks like a glued towards his teammates, and he's barely making a move anymore.
True. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen a game of this caliber, especially in the map of Sanhok here. The details that is needed to do for every single movement and every single rotation is so crucial, because one mistake costs you the entirety of that fight. In this case, look at this. Even Bigatron Raelists, they're not their usual self. Remember back in the days when during PMCO, they were extremely aggressive. They're not afraid to take fights. But when you come to the globals here, you cannot afford to make those mistakes, especially when you get caught up in the terms of fight here. And especially now, when you see the circle is kind of shifted towards an open lands here, everyone is kind of docking out towards the shorelines here, potentially get a couple of gatekeeps. In this case, BTR, they're going to get trapped from the guys from Team Secret Jim for now. If the circle helps them a little bit here, it might be an opening for them to kind of stay alive for a little bit more, because as of now, the circle, actually is going to deny BTR that opportunity here, because they are going to go head guns blazing here, and the circle will have bootcamp in the middle of it all. So Navi is in prime position to take every single fight except for Alpha 7's high ground vision. So that's going to be 2 key spots where teams are going to struggle the most. And also on top of that, the open pit on the right side as well, where DA is currently avoiding the gate pit, those compounds there. Meanwhile, Team Secret Jin looks like they will ignore BTR and make their way with the trucks and try and bail out and find a proper position here, too.
This is classic for the circle. It has been a while since we're looking at bootcamp circle, and we are witnessing it again today. So I cannot wait and see it. Every team, especially Alpha 7, who got themselves the bootcamp just now, will possibly regret this so much. They left boot camp out there in the open for somebody else to snatch it away. On the side of Zeus, they're performing so well today, slowly climbing up, and they got themselves warmed up quite well now. They're more than ready to take up more fights. So Nova, SQF, when it comes to head with Zeus, who will win a CQC? But Nova, funny thing is, they spread themselves quite thin here. They're making sure they are sparsely positioned themselves so they cannot be in a clump, and one nade cannot push down the whole team to be their downfall. So right now, how Nova going to approach this is the question, because they try to sneak ways and try to slowly corner Zeus without them realizing that they are actually walking into the death trap of Nova SQF. But they kind of make a big U-turn now, spotting out things a bit fishy. It's too quiet down there. It seems like there are eyes watching them, so they are not very comfortable to go towards the compound that they were walking forward into just now. And that was the right decision. Sometimes your instinct is something you have to follow your gut. It's not just about your head. You have to follow your gut, and that's something help you so much throughout the entire tournament. For the side of Abrupt Slayers, they got themselves a couple of warehouse, so it's gonna be a stag game for Navi and Abrupt Slayers for now.
This is going to be an interesting fight here. I saw Zeus and also XQF Nova pretty close to each other. That's going to be a big fight I would like to see later on here, because as the circle closes in here, every single move is going to be extremely important here. Meanwhile, Metoy, he's going to be scouting ahead here coming from Team Secret Malaysia. He's running out open. Fortunately to say, not many teams are in this vicinity here. So this eastern side for the circle is going to favor them a little bit more. But China Power, once again, a powerhouse to be worried about as well, because they are a team that focused on the compound management here. And Frozen, he's going to try a little bit of vantage through the windows here. An interesting angle to expose himself and get the information, which may or may not work out. But now, this is the fight I'm looking forward to see here, because Zeus going up against Nova XQF. Nova XQF already spreading their forces team here to get a little bit more information. Look at this. Order a little bit far off from team. They've got the compounds. They've got King set up for the exit strategy as well, just to get those information here, considering that there is still 63 people alive in this circle. What is this game? Because as of now, gunshots are slowly making their way. We do see Konina Power exposing himself a little bit more here. So Team Secret Malaysia knows what's up. But at the same time, Konina Power, they don't exactly want them close here. Keep your enemies close. No, no, no. That's not going to be the case here. But the circle, where is it going to go? Because a big mess here down to the southern section here. The circle is going to push out towards the outskirts of boot camp. Every single team from the southwest corner is going to have a really, really bad time. Team Secret here, a pretty close circle for them. Fortunately for them, they're going to be A-okay. Metoy is already rotating in here. Shots getting straggled out the link by Konina Power. There's no more damage here. But as you can see, Konina Power, they are spraying a lot of their ammunition. They're committing a little too much here for this fight there. And I'm not sure it's the wisest of choice, because next phase of the circle is going to be really rough here in terms of ammunition. White, when you want a prone shot coming in here, Shots is getting pinned up a little bit more. But White not going to be able to clip him off here. That's going to be the opening for Shots actually rotate in. Rex just turns and run, and they are going to leave Shots to actually try and bait for the team here. But nope, he exposes himself, but White will miss the timing there. So that's going to be Team Secret Malaysia surviving for now, as Konina Power will conquer the southeast corner compound here. Meanwhile, RRQ and Tina from the southwest corner here, the furthest team for the next phase circle, they might potentially meet up against Team Secret Jin here in this next phase circle alongside Alpha 7. This is not looking good for the for the Thai squad here. And now Law will go in for the couple spray. They will catch off Ernie. A beautiful one here coming from Law. And while in the midst of that, Arrowwolf will take advantage there and bail out of their fight. Meanwhile, Cosmo will pick off one of the members from Alpha 7 here. And this southwest battle is going to be a very, very bloody one here, Chu.
Oh yeah, I'm here. But speaking of how the game, oh wait, 4 AM taking A1. We talked about this before. They don't want to stay quiet, but it's not gonna be just A1 4 AM fighting against. It's gonna be Team Secret as well. Wait, what? It's not enough to get one team, but they won for 2. It's like buy one, free one for 4 AM, and it's a discounted price as well. And that power trip start to move as the moment we speak. But hey, they think themselves too greedy. 4 AM. DJ Athletic spot them out at the back line. And now it's going to be Digital Athletics fighting against A1, fighting against 4AM. What just happened? Of all of a sudden, the fourth phase, the Great Migration happened. Everybody will clumped up together with a very small circle. 16 teams, none of them want to, willing to drop out to be the first one to be too soon. Bigatron starts to fight Alpha 7 first. And now the smoke's in between. Luxy having a hard time to drop his vision towards the enemy's teams. Alpha lining up in a very straight line while they have Nova XQ behind them. Where would they go? And Bigatron, they are quite out in the open, but Secret Gen out of nowhere taking RRQ down. What just happened? Just now, it was so peaceful, so serene. Suddenly, it's just, oh my god, look at that grenade. It's just World War III.
Oh, the nades are coming in. Bigatron is trying to move forward for the push right now. Alpha 7 is going to get overrun here. Law holding down here with the M7 barrel. He does scout out the guys from Liquid here. Liquid will get drop shot here. Beautiful one here. Luxy going to go in for the assist, but he misses the angle. But instead, he gets taken out in the process as well from afar. They get a tag team here with the guys from Team Secret Jin, but eventually they've managed to finish off Alpha 7. Fortunately for them, they will live to tell another day here. So that's going to be a BTR surviving for this next fight here. So that's going to be a big one for them. Team Secret Jin is going to get gatekeep here. Zuxi is going to try to hold down the fort here, whereas the rest of the members are going to regroup and reset here. But they don't have much time. 20 seconds left on the clock. The circle is going to force them in. And Team Secret Jin, they're stuck. They're tanking the zone. They're in trouble. They have to make a run here. Meanwhile, on the east side of the circle, we do see Team Secret making their way here. Red is stuck with the Molotov, and he's going to be in some trouble. But Team Secret, they're going to go head-to-head against the guys from 4AM. And Matoy with a huge nade obliterate the Chinese Titans here. 4AM are out. Oh my goodness here, Chu.
They're gonna be very devastated by that. They start the war first. They nitpicking every single team they want to fight, and they just taste a little bit of their own medicine, being the first one of those few teams to be out here. 14 teams left. Bigatron now trying to slowly proning away and try to gain information as much as possible, hoping nobody spot them out. Why couldn't it happen? Oh my god! That was a huge need just now, but I don't know what happened. The explosion happened in front of our eyes. We shifted the camera, but Zeus here, godless. What would he do? What will he go for? Because we never know. Zeus kind of blind, but trying to fight against the Athletics. Now they're trying to fight number one previously, and now they will try to prove they've got what it takes to take it to the top 3 and maybe number 1 after this. A1 eliminated out of nowhere, but Zeus, they pinned down Digital Athletics. They show it. They got it. They won the crown. They'll get the title. And Zeus just keep on moving forward. They're on marathon right now, but now it's down to a sprint. They keep on going. Bigatron got pinned down. Down to the man, Zuxi, tossing a huge grenade. It will be a Kobe. That was perfect, mate. Almost down there, frozen, bleeding out. Action trying to help. Now it's down to black, white. Can they save everybody for Zuxi? He needs to save all 3 members now. Time's ticking. Blues closing in, being pressured behind their backs. They have opponents in front, left, right, center, everywhere. Guns blazing onto them, but they only have seconds to live. Now, 3 more seconds. It's going to be 7th phase now. On Navi's side, they start to top up smoke to make sure they got themselves covered because so many teams try to snatch away their territory.
Oh, Zakizi, he's gonna bleed out of the zone eventually, and that's BTR falling down here. Eventually, Ryzen and Liquid is gonna be the only one left alive here, but Zeus not giving them the easiest time here. Ryzen's gonna be the last man standing here, and he eventually bleeds out to the zone. Zeus, they're on 4. The Mongolian team here, they've got 10 kills. They are on fire. They're looking to destroy them. Oh, Zeus. My goodness. Right here, but the shots coming from Nova SQF gonna be shooting down towards the guys in gold here. Now, hosting guys in yellow here. Now, we gonna be out of Phuket, but this time they have to rotate out and open. Nova XQF gonna be holding the compound smack middle of them all. How will Zeus take this here? Because the circle is gonna close out on them here, and Zeus right now, they need to pick up the rest of the members here. Nova XQF looking to close out this game. Paraboy, they know exactly where Navi is. Navi is gonna go in for the heals here. Zeus with 78% to win this chicken dinner here. However, Nova, back to the remote, I think they have the best position to take this all out to the victory. Meanwhile, you can see IC will finish off Navi Matic here, though. That's gonna be Navi out on 5th place. So Zeus is still in the picture here. They've got 4 men healthy, a little bit low in terms of health here. They've got 12 kills. They're playing from the eastern side, but Order here scouts out Icy. We'll take him out here. Paraboy lobs a couple of nades over with Convenient Power. Can he finish him? Yes, he will. Nova XQF is in the running for the top 3 here. Can they get the chicken dinner here? We are down towards the final 3 team. Paraboy lobbing a couple nades over here. They know it's going to be pushing down towards their vicinity as well. The circle is going to be coming in on top of that as well. Team Secret Jin Cosmo still playing the healing game outside here, Chu. This is not a easy run here coming from Zeus, but no! They catch Paraboy. Emily, that's going to be the opening they need.
Oh, that was really close. Emily almost got knocked down there. It's going to be Zeus versus Nova SKF. I'm waiting for this game. We have 3 teams. Secret is holding off, looking at the healing game. But Zio getting Order. It's going to be a huge flank coming out from them. Order is one of the vital teammates needed by Nova. Now, Jimmy, can he play this one out? 3v1. Secret Gen is just playing the healing game. Cosmos holding for the second place. It's going to be Jimmy fighting against Cosmos for seconds. But Cosmos, goodbye for him. Down to 2 teams. Jimmy waiting for Zeus to come in. He got himself grenade just now. Can he toss it on the right time? No, he swapped out the rifles and now he's taking the fight head on. Zeus getting themselves finally the first chicken dinner for them. They've been wanting this. They've been craving for this and they got it. Oh my goodness me, Zeus. They are the only team in the top 3 without any chicken dinner. And they prove it. They got it. They got their passion. That's more than enough. They have no expectations to be in the top 8. And now they got themselves maybe swap places. Maybe they might as well got number 1 after this game for the overall standings.
Oh my god, Zeus, what a clutch performance there coming from Abely here. That clutch knock onto his Paraboy. We saw Nova XQF, they were in the middle wall, they were in full control for the circle, but that overextension from Paraboy was scouted out from Abely here. You know that everyone from the side of XQF Nova Esports was pretty much lobbing every single nades to shut them all out, but the moment Paraboy overextended and Abely found that opening, he got the knock. That was pretty much the opening push that they needed to take control of their compound. What a insane clutch they come up with Abely, because with that